Welcome to another Eternal Unleashed draft. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you're enjoying the content. Now let's get right into it. Oh wow, we're starting off hot with a really good rare for once. We get Doonhill Clan, which we actually had in a deck, and we didn't end up doing good in the draft, unfortunately, but it's going to be pretty hard for anything else to beat that. We have Bejeweled Knuckles, which is really good. Skycrag Tome, I really enjoy fixing. Ooh, premium sleight of hand. Yeah, nothing else. Those are the only two cards that remotely catch my interest. But Doonhill Clan's so much stronger than everything else going on. Wow, into another really strong rare. I mean, a 3/5 deadly, it just can kill anything big, and it just blocks well with the slight benefit that it silences stuff in the void, so your opponent can't get them back with cards like Through the Unknown and get any advantage from their effects. Otherwise, another Skycrag Tome. Linrace Channeler's great, but I mean, once again, there's just nothing competing with the power level of this card. So we are highly incentivized to stick to these two factions due to the strength of these cards. So is there anything we can... Resettle's really good if you have a lot of cheap endurance unleash units, but we only have one, and force the unleash is going to happen too often, so I'm thinking like Bust Out. It's not a card I like, but it keeps us a little bit in shadow. And what's like the next best thing? Drifter or Ice Glider? Sticky Fingers is good if you're Frenzy heavy, but neither of the factions we started off in are Frenzy heavy. Display of Protection here. A good card for Constructed, but not a draft card. So Stone Skin for a combat trick here. Fine with that. It's a fine card. We haven't taken anything that's too ridiculous. Oh man, this card's garbage. Not where we want to be. Wow, so a Midnight Goon maybe, or just a Nevermore to potentially go a different route. I mean, let's stick to the plan here, see if... Yeah, it's looking like Primal could be open. So I'm down to take a Sleight of Hand here as the best card in the pack over a Thrill Seeker or Sleight of Hand. It's funny, Skycrag... Skycrag could have very well been open too, but I really just want to follow our rares here. Another Bust Out. Okay, we can take a defensive unit over the more aggressive Thirsty Bat. Oh boy, nothing interesting here. So I know we kind of forced that pack for sure, but I'm really, since the overall power level of this Unleashed draft format is not very strong, except for the Cold Hunt cards, it really benefits you to go all in on a couple strong cards. And right here, we get Praxis Duster, which has been amazing. It's just an offensive 6/6 with charge, or just eats your opponent's attacking unit. So that's amazing, and nothing's remotely close to that. Okay, a lot of good cards here. Tenured Graviturgist, Happy Harvester, but Bell Tower Shot for some removal here. Can't pass up that. So we have our first Insect Swarm here. I wouldn't mind taking it on the off chance we end up playing it, but this has, since the nerf has turned into a card I only want to play if I have a decent amount of synergies to buff it or bounce it back to your hand. So there is also just the Barrier, which is not a great card, but why not? Yeah, you could take the Starving Horror, not a good card, but... Or just the Elder Mark in case we get some Relic synergies. Let's make sure we get enough units. Oh, as we get a consuming greed here, yeah, let's take up our first. Well, that's tough because I've been surprisingly impressed with collection rounds, even if it just makes 2 chump blockers, but there is also a Seek power, which is. This pack's got a lot of good things for us. I don't think Seek power is the right pick. I'm not sure which is, but I am going to take the consuming greed here. Another Stone Skin or another 5-drop. I like to take 1 Towering Terrazon, especially because hopefully in the next pack, Cold Hunt, we can pick up, whatchamacallit, the Foretell. Jeez, the card. I played with that card a lot for it to leave my mind. So the Elder Mark here, maybe since we picked up 1 consuming greed, or just take the Maniacal Reveler, which is just good. Okay, nothing for us. Nothing. Let's take out all of this. So, an okay Revenge card. I mean, the bar is very low for a card that has Inscribe and Revenge. Even if it just puts 2 spells back and is a 2/5. So I'm really looking at that. Yeah, over a Warrior Monk. Oh, Soul Feast and Ruinbind. I don't know why. I just completely glanced over those cards. We already have a decent top end as far as units go, but it is just something with Inscribe. I'm just leaning towards Soul Feast. I wonder if that's correct. Our removal's also okay right now. And this is a rare, so it's less replaceable than Soul Feast. Let's take it. At the least, it's a better card than Midnight Goons. Okay, and we get a call the hit here. Yeah, so we just snap up a Inscribe and removal. Lethrai Kidnapper is amazing, but we need some 2-drops. What is going on here? Oh, man. But we're passing up a really good 3. That's much better than, like, Starving Horror. Who are we kidding? I am way too greedy. Saboteur just mono 3-drops. I mean, I like Saboteur better than Starving Horror, so we'll take it. Okay, Ruinbinder here over Arachnoid Terror. We really just need stuff to block, so we can't afford to have something that just can't block. What is this? Oh, man. The no curve dot deck. But yeah, I think that's just the pick. Okay, our first 2-drop. Wow, that premium looks sweet. First 2-drop over a strong Unseen Marksman or Lotus Instructor. Another Saboteur. Is there any chance we splash that? Probably not. Okay, Feln Tome. Maybe there's... Oh, we get past something that helps us splash a fire card. I mean, I don't think this pick matters too much. We could just take a Feln Tome. Or maybe a Combrei Tome. Okay, Midnight Hunter. That's pretty good. Okay, an Inscribe card and a Thugnox Rouge. So let's see what we got here. We need units, which is not a good space for us to be in when we're going into the Unleash pack. Yeah, like maybe our best bet is to just use this. Or Bren's Insight. Ugh. It's not where you want to be, but it does guarantee us to get a unit. Oh man, sweet card, but we're nowhere near it. Yeah, I think we just take Thirsty Bat here. Okay, Temple Looter. It's a good one. It is double time, so not ideal, but we need 2-drops. There's a 2-drop. Okay, the Graviturgist. Over there's nothing else we would really consider. Another bat here. Yeah, I guess we really aren't going to play this, so I'm just going to take the premium. Oh my god, what is going on? You know, it's kind of a curve if you zoom out. Okay, really good removal pretty late. I mean, do we literally take the 1-drop? So we're going to have a bunch of cuts. I'm not super worried about that. Let's take out you. Let's take out 1 collections. Let's keep in the Bren's Insight for right now. We have a lot of units. Let's take out both 5-drops. The Midnight Goon's just not great. Consuming Greed with no relics. Starving Horror's not great. I actually think this is better than it looks. The way we lose with this deck is our opponent has a really strong tempo start, meaning the issue with having your curve peak at 3 is they don't stack well together, meaning if you have lots of 2-drops, you only need to get to 4 power before you can play 2 of them. 3 power costing units, I can only do 1 a turn until turn 6, assuming I'm hitting a sigil every turn. So you end up getting choked up. It could be turn 5, I have so many 3s, all I can do is play a 3-drop. So it's really hard if our opponent's double spelling or a unit plus a combat trick, a fast spell. Plenty of ways this can go wrong. But if our opponent doesn't have that strong tempo start, can survive until we hit some of these 4 or 5-drops, we can end the game pretty well because our removal's pretty good. But yeah, Call the Hit, Hidden Garret, Bell Tower Shot, 2 bust outs, which isn't great removal, but it does just kill anything. Panic Ensues for something small. Okay. So I may have started the games to this draft off recording. I apologize for that. That win there, I thought I was going to go another 0-3, and it was a crazy comeback win from like 2 life where our opponent was at like 20. So I'm kind of upset I didn't catch that. But hopefully we can string together at least 2-3 wins here. 1 and 2 back against the ropes. Yeah, we definitely had a rough 2 games, surely, to start off. Our opponent's decks were just, how shall we say, much better than ours. Just synergistic plus the good rares, it was some pretty brutal losses.
Adjustment.
That has Taunt. Man, I do that way too often. Where I just plop down a 1 health unit and it just gets killed by the Tinker. So I think we actually don't play anything. We could use Panic Ensues at the end of his turn, just so we don't have to worry about...
Funny.
Well, actually. Let's just kill that. We lose the lifesteal, but... Opponent, you can't do anything else. Okay. Okay, that's really good removal to waste on that. His unit. Man, this is kind of awkward. These 1 health units have been pretty bad, I have to say. The deadly units, especially with the shadow card that puts 2 1/1 Minotaurs with Taunt, just has not been working well for me. They tend to just trade with something super weak with Taunt instead of their 6/6. That'll do it. Yeah, I mean, just play the mercenary, I guess, and finally trade for this. Man, that's just so bad. And it's just doing 1 extra damage, so we aren't losing that much health to just keep letting it hit us. This could be too greedy, but, I mean, we gotta draw something eventually that can block a 1 power unit.
If I must fight,
That's pretty brutal. Not liking this. We need to not start flooding out here. Otherwise, this will be a quick video. There we go. Yeah, I actually think... Do we attack for the 2 here? I mean, he's not gonna attack with anything else.
Here is what was.
We could use this to kill the 3/3, but I'd rather save it potentially for a flyer, especially since our rare can block all of his units. If he has removal here, I mean, we just lose. In which case, this wouldn't have helped too much. The weapon would have killed that, but we would have taken 2 damage anyways. We are not in a good spot. But who knows if our opponent doesn't have any
just a little more.
good follow-ups. Well, what do you know? Okay. I'll get in a decent amount of damage here. Let's see what we draw. He has no more taunt, and he's going to have a decent amount of debt. So this actually isn't the worst situation. Especially, we can actually play this, use the debt. Okay, this is interesting. Play this, use the debt, that'll deal 2, we'll gain 2, this'll get lifesteal. And then we have the Ruin Binder to block his Lotus Instructor, and then the 3/5 to hold back these guys. Because is our opponent going to have removal for this? Or there's just playing Midnight Hunter and killing it outright. Yeah, we should probably not do any fancy play syndrome. Oh man, that feels bad. But I think this is the right play. Now we're stable on board. Our opponent has a lot of debt. Now we have lots of defensive units and a 3-power flyer to start hopefully finishing the game. We can even play the relic weapon and just start doming our opponent for 3. Okay. We don't want to see any more sigils. Literally anything to add to this board. Well, that's about par for the course here if you guys have been watching for long. Yeah, attack for 3. I mean, they could have Insect Swarm is about the only thing I can think of there. For that reason, I don't want to play the weapon because he can ambush it to block and then we trade this for an Insect Swarm. No. No. But we can play both of these.
Perimeter clear.
Look at what is written.
Now I just need to make sure he doesn't get no Insect Swarm. If he passes the turn here, it's definitely Insect Swarm. Okay, once again, we need to stop drawing sigils here. We got a sigil last turn, so we weren't able to do too much impactful.
I shall.
Really? Oh, okay. That's good. interesting. Yeah, that's gonna be how it is, huh? This forces him to trade here, so that's the reason I didn't block with this. I want to kill the 3/3 instead of his 2/2. And then we can't use that yet, and he doesn't have discard. Yeah. Imagine if we just had a 4-cost unit. Just an average 4-cost unit. Even a 3-cost thing. Totally different game. But we'll see. Oh, that
If
actually...
I must fight, I shall.
Insect swarm. Wow. So we had two really bad, the worst possible draws into debatably the best one. This has been, minus the last game, actually, this has been another all-masters draft. My opponents. That was a little misplay there, but
Bah.
it wouldn't have mattered anyways.
Mine for the taking.
Oh boy, at least we could trade for like a Tensky Saboteur. This only gets... Okay, so we could make it a 2/2 and shrink that to a 2/1. That doesn't really do anything, though, so... We'll just play that. Attack for 1. Even if he has removal to kill the Saboteur, we wouldn't just chump with the Associate. Every time. Are you kidding? Really?
Of course it's safe.
Oh, this is going to be amazing for us. It doesn't use our power efficiently, but... I mean, this just has to be the play. We kill that, get a Frenzy trigger to make our guy a 2/2. The other option is just to play Doonhill Clan. Because it uses our power the most efficiently. This is a tough decision. This uses our power more efficiently, but this just so... Yeah, let's just take it out here. The more we keep our opponent's board clean, or clear, I should say, the better off it is for us, since they're clearly an aggressive deck. Okay. Fair. Okay, I mean, let's start attacking back here. Let's use the most of our power we can. Risky stranding this in my hand when he does have access to a couple discard spells, actually. But the discard he could have is either unlikely or it's higher rarity in the whatchamacallit, the... Do we just start racing him here? We're swinging back for 4. We're going to play a 5/5. I think we say game on.
Brood of coals.
There's not too much that kills... No, that's not true. He's in shadow. Man, come on. This is sketchy. if we attacked with everything, what's the worst that could happen? I mean, I don't even know. I think we just attack with both of these. Even if he has, like... Okay, what are you gonna double block so you 2-for-1 yourself? Sure. I mean, we're in trouble. Our opponent's got 4 cards in hand. Tar none. Yep. And, you know, that's how you lose games. I mean... Oh, jeez. I guess we could have played around that by keeping him back. But then we're just playing around nothing. Come on, man.
Shafka has returned.
Four in a row. At like a key point in the game.
You looking at us?
The ritual must finish.
Nope.
Perimeter clear. I can get in.
Suffer for your arrogance.
Disappointing, but I mean, you guys have been watching for long enough to see that that's just how it goes when we draft Eternal. Another 2-3, which is rough, but hey, we're still well positive, so I should be happy with that. I hope you guys enjoyed this brief draft video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.